Ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Itapakuin of the Place to Be Reviews. I'd like to thank my co-host from the podcast and here in the channel, and pretty much helped out with everything across all the social media stuff. Thank you to Monica for helping out while I was on my vacation. And I am back, and we're going to jump right into this amazing piece of journalism from The Independent. It was from 5 days ago. Now that we've got a female Thor, let's just topple every pale, male, and stale superhero we can. Written by, of course, you got it, a self-loathing white woman. Stealing a few spots from original characters at the front of the box office race is not only positive, but absolutely necessary if underrepresented actors have a fighting chance. Well, boy, don't you wish they could just have a fighting chance on their actual acting ability and skills? But no, sadly they can't. We live in a world so blindly racist that even the best actors that are people of color can't get a role, No Denzel Washingtons. No, can't have any of those. No Octavia Spencers or, there's no, I wish there was a good morons. So let's get into this article before I just totally lose my lunch. Superhero movies are important. That's not an opinion. It's just true. Avengers Endgame is the top box office film of all time, raking in $2.79 billion and watched by millions. Superpowers get bums on seats, and sneaking in social justice messages under the radar is a tried and tested way of speaking to the masses. No, good writing and good stories way of speaking to the masses. Your social justice bullshit messages, you're under the radar. We sniff it out. Trust me, it's not under the radar. These stories have... And why do you think fans are up in arms now? Because you're doing all this. You're not even being covert about it anymore. These stories have always been about underdogs proving their worth, or those who are other finding their place. In a recent wave of heroes who truly reflect the traits is one we should cheer as it builds into a tsunami. Since Saturday's announcement of a female Thor that nobody wanted, nobody cared about, nobody asked for, the comics weren't good, the internet has blown up with people wailing that the historically straight white male pool of superheroes is being drained for a more diverse roster. Many can be safely ignored. I saw one person on social media bemoaning the betrayal of Norse myths, a complaint curiously absent from Thor Ragnarok. I'd love to know which myth has Jeff Goldblum swanning around in an orgy spaceship. It's ostensibly more reasonable complaints of, I don't mind a female POC LGBTQ ABCYX plus ampersand characters, but why can't they make their own? That nettles me, because make no mistake, we are villain interrupted. There it is. A pitch for this woman's stupid play about supervillains in prison therapy runs at the Camden Fringe in August. Yeah, just remember how good that community theater is going to be. Coming from the author who wrote this amazing steaming pile of shit article, highlighting my point perfectly, original characters, even the ones created by behemoths like Marvel or DC, have nothing like the attraction of old favorites, meaning we're starting the race seconds before the big boys cross the finish line. Stealing a few of their spots at the front is not only positive but absolutely necessary. Yet, because you can't build your own diverse character pool without standing on the shoulders of the accomplishments of the straight white males that did it first. Is that what you're saying? By stealing your spot? Quite apart from anything else, it genuinely makes the art better and bigger. It's just bad journalism. Audiences tire of the same old stories told by the same old people who look the same, with the same old characters dressed up in different superpowers. Look at the success of films like Black Panther and Captain Meh. Black Panther was a legitimate success, even though the movie has its flaws. I still love it. Captain Meh, we all know what happened there. That was not a success. Don't even act like those. No, there's a reason that movie made over $1 billion, and it wasn't because it was such a great glass ceiling breaking, transcendent movie. You go, girl. It wasn't. That was Wonder Woman that you're thinking of. Aforementioned Thor Ragnarok, which took a risk, hired a minority director, let him go on with his frankly insane ideas and reap the rewards in the form of a massive box office, $854 million. I liked Ragnarok, didn't like how it made Thor look stupid though. Fawned over by critics. Likewise, Into the Spider-Verse, a reimagined Spider-Man as a black teen graffiti artist and won an Academy Award, which was for animation, and $375.5 million at the box office. That wasn't a big box office score for Into the Spider-Verse. It clearly makes more successful movies. It clearly makes for more successful movies with better bottom lines, which a cynic might say is all Hollywood cares about. But consider the raw potential harnessed by a film seen by millions. Well, these other films with these white superheroes are seen by millions. Actually, more than that. Giving audiences superheroes and spies and princesses different to themselves normalizes diversity in a way that targeted campaigns can only dream of. This is the power of representation. I can't tell you how good it felt to watch women, plural, fight alongside the men in Endgame. Has this idiot never seen any other movie before where there's women and men fighting alongside each other in like war movies, either fictional or reality based? Marvel swerving on screen or doesn't count bisexual superhero in the form of Valkyrie. Nobody cares. Something they've pledged to correct in Phase 4. Like, this is the tentpole for Phase 4. It's just, look, there's going to be diversity, and you're going to like it, you bigot. And then there's going to be bisexual characters and LGBTQ plus characters. So you better deal with it, you bigot. If you don't like the movies, you're just a bigot. Because you don't like them, because you're just a bigot. That's what it's going to boil down to. So yes, let's plunder the male heroes, and Thor is an excellent place to start. Jesus. There's a simple mechanism by which someone who can gain his powers, as shown in Endgame with Steve Rogers, to whoops of glee from the fanboys now complaining. Because nobody cares about female Thor. I'm sorry, that run is not good. Everybody tries to make Jason Aaron's out like he's some kind of genius for this shit. I don't know. Plus, Marvel women have a history of relegation to sappy love interest, or worse, the feisty girl whose only power is the super boyfriend backing her up. Jane Foster's a particular victim of this casual misogyny. There it is. She spent 2011's Thor demanding S.H.I.E.L.D. give her back her life's work that capitulate when Thor asks. In the sequel, Thor the Dark World, as a swooning damsel showing her mettle by giving Loki a good slap while he's in cuffs and Thor is standing right there. Finally, a chance for a character to ironically step out of Thor's shadow. Yeah, she's 5'2" and 110 pounds. Let that sink in. And that should be a call to arms for the rest of us in front and behind the cameras. Women directors are few and far between and are only just starting to helm blockbuster films without a single female lead. With Chloe Zhao directing The Eternals. That's going to be it. Yeah, that's... I'm not even excited for The Eternals. We're stepping out of the shadows. And if we can step on our male predecessors along the way, all the better. Yeah, so please, cry for equality and then say you're going to step on everybody who came before you that doesn't look like you to get what you want. Because you can't do it yourself with your own achievements. You just contradicted your entire point, Katie Roberts, who is a film, TV, and theater writer. Her play, Villain Interrupted, Supervillains in Prison Therapy, is at the Electra Theater the 7th through the 11th of August as part of the Camden Fringe 2019. Oh, wow. That was painful to read through. We'll talk about this tomorrow night on the show. Plus, so much more. It is good to be back. Check me out and Monica on Facebook. Get that Facebook page to 300 likes. She's giving me a personalized comic book. Custom piece of art, drawn, colored by her. And then, what else we got going on? Oh, yeah. The podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Anchor FM. On Monday nights, that'll be pre-recorded version. Wednesday nights, live stream. Place to Be Reviews episode. This Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. we'll have another episode. So you know it. Mail me. Email, of course. I don't have a P.O. box yet. We're not doing that yet. But the email, the Place to Be Reviews at mail.com. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well at the Place to Be Reviews. That being said, What do you think about this woke idiocy surrounding Thor: Love and Thunder? I think it's going to be bad. I don't see any way this movie is really good. It'll make money because Thor Ragnarok made money, and I just don't understand where. I'm looking forward to seeing where Thor actually fits into this storyline in a Thor movie about Tessa Thompson finding her new queen because she's the king of Asgard, and how the mighty Thor, Natalie Portman, all 110 pounds and 5'2" of her, is going to be such a powerhouse, like in the comics. Like when she transformed, which is funny because like Thor doesn't really like transform; he like just changes his outfit. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Like female Thor has to transform. You know, he just kind of summons the thunder. You know, he doesn't really change the way he looks, just his ensemble, his outfit. Female Thor has to go from being this like meek, mild little thing to this like powerhouse, like muscle bound Amazon looking chick, which is awesome. My mind, please don't get me wrong, I have no issue with that at all. But I just don't see how they're going to use Natalie Portman for that. Oh, I love it. I love it. So Marvel Phase 4, Jesus, God in heaven, help us all. With that being said, I'm Itepakui. This has been a Place to Reviews. We'll check you out. Like, share, subscribe, turn that bell notification on. Do it. Did it stop? I don't think so.